Talk about something I never thought I'd get to say. Beastie has returned to the Midweek Muster. It has been a hot second, but in the middle of Season 2, he is back. And we're here to cast his first series in the KPMM up against Starflark from South America. Let's get into it. What a one to begin with as well. With a pick like this coming out. Sengoku Daimyo coming out against BC's Roots. That's kind of interesting, actually. I mean, talk about giving Starflark the big glorious bonnet to wear in the opening game. I mean, this is the Civ. This is the S tier one. Any Civ, any player gets this Civ, you can believe they can beat any player. That's kind of where we're at with this particular one. Rocky River going to be a fun map for it as well. Yeah, curious to see how we are actually going to have this one playing out. I mean, Sengoku... Oh my god, chat. Dude, I know what's been pressing buttons now. Guys, you're not going to believe it. So we had random buttons being pressed all the time. Do you want to know why? It's this. All right, let's get rid of that. Let's get back to the game. Oh, that's brilliant. I knew it wasn't going crazy. We had voice activated commands on. Any Feudal Knight is good versus Sengoku. I'd agree. I don't think they're completely disarmed and incapable of playing the game, though. I think, like, Sengoku, there's still a lot of unexplored strategies. Like, a pristine example, actually, would be the one used by Puppy Paw. With his Abbasids, he was able to take out the Sengoku, which is just such an unusual fault line that not many people would have had. Of course, the power of these things, the Yatai, their ability to linger on the side of the map, gathering a lot of food. That's why the idea of, like, French Knights, Roost Knights, etc., are all going to be great. Able to snipe these guys down. Because anything else, like, Spearman feels too low damage, too slow. Can Roost Scouts torch them? No, they'll hit them. Because they're units, technically. So they'll just club them for 1 damage for 370 hits. It takes a while. I would not recommend it. They will always escape successfully. What do you mean linger's not linger? Look, we're allowing, like, Eds and S's on the end are interchangeable. You don't want to be this nitpicky. It'll be boring. Stop. Just stop. You know what you're doing. Don't make me bonk you on the head. Golden Gate coming in. Probably going to be Pro Scouts here. It's also nice because it removes value for the Yatais. You know, you bring the D at home, they can't boost their food income off of them anymore. That's not a word. Like, again, with this word, so for those who don't know, we're now using a random word generator to make cast more fun. It's going to allow us to learn new incredible words, and also it's a fun way of tweaking the cast. Inge is not a word. It's not an English word. These are meant to be English words. Yeah, I'll half do it. We're on the fringe of losing our mind with this stupid random word generator. So here you go, guys. You want to see the scouts removing the threat from the map? Here you go. You would kill a mining camp quicker than you kill a Yatai. Man, this is engaging gameplay. You guys really enjoying this, huh? Look at him go. Oh, this is intense. Yeah, I think the next one's going to do it. The next one's going to get him. It's going to be like a Lupin evolving into a werewolf. Ah! Oh, wait, oh, he's running. What a pussy. Get him. Get him. He actually almost griefed himself. If you go to the shoreline, you'll be stuck. Okay, so it's going to start moving back soon, right? Wait, is he just he's moving for more food? This is how unthreatening they are. It's not retreating. It's moving for more food. And yes, the shoreline fish do gather. They will provide you 4 per minute. There's no way he's trying to lose him in the stealth forest, right? He does realize these are scouts. You can't hide from scouts in stealth forest. It doesn't work very well. Coca Township now on the way. Golden Gate is already completed. Oh my god, he's trying to make a break for it, guys. He's trying to run home. Can he do it? Is it possible? Wait, he's running back towards the deer. It's almost like the scout damage doesn't even matter. Oh, there's going to be some crows laugh and definitely no vultures overhead. I think at this point, people who hate playing against Sengoku need to send an emissary to the developer studio pleading them to nerf the health on these things. Oh my god. So at home, we already have the stables coming in. So it's going to be a play straight into the Yari, which makes a lot of sense. Yari Cavalry, really solid unit, just to try and stop Pro Scouts. Also does trade into Knights okay-ish. Not great, but decent. And then obviously stops your opponent going Archers, prevents Horse Archers later. So it has a lot of tick boxes, really. Yeah. And then there's Shinobi. Just so frustrating, right? Like the Whitehead you try to pop, but you never quite stop them. In fairness, they have been significantly nerfed now. The uptime is substantially less. It's basically a third uptime. It used to be 100% uptime. So while they're still incredibly powerful, you need to actually use your brain now. I know that's a crazy thought, guys, but like if you're a Sengoku guy, you have to think before you press the button. Only like 2 seconds, and you still press it anyway. But there is a downside now. Like, okay, sul is not a word. I'm like, what does sul even mean? It's an Italian musical term. So it's not a word again. I can't keep up on this stupid thing. It's compressed, this huge dictionary, but it's failed to register that some of this is not English. All right, ninjas throwing frag grenades. I just realized, like, when you say that out loud, is that not the most Call of Duty statement you could ever hear in this directory? Ninjas throwing frag grenades. Jesus. And the Pro Scouts are just going to try to drag the goodies home. But... oh, nice intercept there. Denies the enemy scout and gets away. Should we have the officers coming in soon? Stone's almost been gathered up, so then we'll be looking at Takeda with the officer being the daimyo in this situation. Wool's also going up. He is astutely aware of what this is going to be. It's indeed a fast castle build. Roos going fast castle? I'm flabbergasted. What a shocker. Reminder, by the way, guys, this week, Monday and Thursday, is going to be your AoE4 dosage. We have got something epic coming up for Tuesdays and Fridays. Oh. I've got it narrowed down to 2 epic ideas. Actually, 3. Comes down to whether I can actually optimize one in time. Ninjas only throw shurikens, not bombs. That is factually not true. Okay, have you guys played Bomberman? Bomberman throws bombs. And in Bomberman, there is a ninja. And that ninja also throws bombs. Checkmate. High trade house now on the way. Okay, this is actually, like, fairly well optimized for it. Get your numbers in. Stack that bad boy up. Starflock, of course, trying to mirror the play. It's going to be a little bit slower, but castle is inevitable. That's true. Bombman is also Japanese. We've won. We've won, chat. We've done it. We proved the connection. God, Nakamoto would be so proud of you. Fujiwara as well. What was the company back then? It was Hudson Soft, right? That no longer exists. So I always remember the weird little squeaky voice. Like, my Hudson. Okay, a lot of wasted time on a pointless wall here. I do question why we don't just go around, but I guess Starflight doesn't want to go anywhere near the Wooden Fortress, really. He just wants something to do in the meantime. The B Company, exactly. Triple archer range begins the production wave. Sake Brewery has to be coming here, right? There's no way we see something else. So I got distracted there. But, you know, habitually, like, we have seen a trend towards just the Sake Brewery. There was a time where people would try to use the temple landmark, but I think they just realized it's not worth it. Like, I think that was where the habitual nature came in. It's like when you first think of a new Civ fast casting, you're like, oh, kind of like with Shushi, it's like, wow, getting monks is great. And then over time, you realize there's more efficiency elsewhere. It's going to be a full encapsulation by Starflight, by the way. Full walls coming up, so we'll protect him against the Horse Archer raids for quite some time. Beastie's, of course, going to have his priority be on the mid-map. He's going to be looking to go into Warrior Monks, picking up those relics, attaining a gold generation that contests his opponent. how will Starflop retaliate that? I mean, he can block 1 or 2 relics with the Yari. We'll have Mad Samurai to follow up as well, but Mad Samurai can get kited and killed by horse archers. You have to be aware of that. 118 gold on that high trade house, by the way. Pretty damn good. Yatai finally struggling. It only took a Cast Layers unit. Oh, wow. An ambush attempt here. But wait, did he frag the scout instead? No, he did get clip. Slows him down momentarily. Frag follow-up is going to be a bit of a whiff. But Yari Cavalry, they're about to get the horse training. They're going to be faster. So good intercept on that first HA wave. That was a knife view. Nicely played. Great micro there with Starflux. Just intercept and slow them down. How is Beastie going to react to this? Because like the Yari in themselves are still a little bit of a problem keeping your number crushed. You got to be assuming Mad Samurai. And in fairness, horse archers have been nerfed against things like Mad Samurai, remember? Yeah, the base damage being lower means less penetration. Yes, nobody interested in the H2O at all. I wonder if we could buff fishing by 1 shoreline fish and it wouldn't be too much. I think 4 was too much. And if you guys remember, once upon a time, like when we had 4 in these, people would just always go fishing only. But now, very, very rarely see it. I mean, I feel like I can count on one hand in the last few months the amount of times fishing is 1 on this. What the hell does nad mean? Is this once again a word? Like, it's not a... Look, this is not my fault. It is my dictionary AI bot is stupid. I take no responsibility for this. I created him, but like, you know, you don't go to jail because your kid murdered. I don't think so, anyway. So relics are starting to get intercepted. Task-wise, it looks like Starflock is going to try to mirror the play. He has got his first Iki out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You can't say that C word, Mill. Right? Robots have feelings. Actually, kind of don't, that's the point. But they might. You don't want to remember this. Undermesh follow-up now from Starflock. It's just... it's only going to be horse archers, isn't it? But Yari with camouflage in the Stealth Forest area, able to just ambush here onto 1 or 2 of the Pro Scouts, still playing for those deer in the center. Boar has been snuck out onto by Starflock right on the edge of the map. So he's got decent food injection there. Needs to start getting farms in, though. And that, I mean, that is a very interesting Matsuri when you look at it closer, isn't it? Oh, yeah, that's a bit... yep, that's... Whoops. Now, remember, the Mad Samurai of Sengoku are a better answer than the Japanese ones, technically. Because of the movement speed. The movement speed buff brings you up to almost horseman speed. You're now definitely fast enough to chase down these horse archers. Question mark is, are you able to kill them quick enough before 1,000 horse archers emerge? Rode up to 26. These are really cheap units. Yeah, you know, like, I thought we were going to start approaching a point where playing Roos was a bit like having your tarot cards read. You're never quite sure what you're going to see. But now it's just become the stereotypical one of, like, the death card has come up, and it's just horse archers. It's all they ever do. I like the idea it needs some Yumi, like 40. Oh, okay, yeah, it's not just some, you know? That's like, I need some subs today. Like, 80. Thanks. I need few McLarens, like 5. Yeah, these horse archers are really inhibiting that idea, right? Like, he's playing cav into cav to try and mirror the move. And until he's got full farm set up, I imagine he's not going to feel too safe doing much else. However, with Spearman now emerging from Beastie, this is where you can look seriously at Yumi. Before it, it's not the best exchange into horse archers. Like, actually, horse archers, that's the area they got buffed in. Because their base damage got lowered, but their attack speed got increased. They're actually better at trading with archer backlines. So to go Yumi, it really constitutes that your opponent has to be shifting into the spin units. Because then these units are insanely effective with their dodge damage. Cavalry keeps on poking. Voice Fortune coming in soon. This Relic is indeed on the way home for Beastie, so he jackpotted it. He actually snatched it right from the corner. Shinobi spawned a little bit too late there. What? He summoned them after they ran past, so didn't even get a shot. In fairness, I don't blame him. The problem here for Starflock, if he summons them too soon, one A-click will kill all of them. The Shinobi aren't very tanky. Follows up with a few good frag grenade hits here. Does stop the dive there, though. Tries to retreat. The problem with this type of attack, though, is it doesn't really achieve anything. This is the type of attack you'd like to do when there's relics on the map. There aren't. Such a count 26. Spin count now padding it. I wonder if it was like, you know what we don't really see? It's like a few Icky just in the fight to kind of get that heal buff. It's not the worst idea in the world, but the problem here is like, you know, your opponent's kiting you. Now with Spimmin coming in, it could actually make a lot of sense. And it's very cost efficient for you considering you have got the Sake Brewery. Insane amount of gold gen. Last Relic and Monk, he just banged. Well, I feel like this is just going to be a day of chronicling the late game tales of Roos. With the way they're walling up, I mean, this is going late game, isn't it? We're going to be so far in the future that cryptocurrencies would have been created. No longer locked to the medieval. 5 relics? Yeah, plus the high trade house. I mean, it's pretty insane boom on the economy. 540 passive gold income a minute. That's before you equate hunting cabins into the equation. Like, he's getting over 600 passive gold a minute. 750 to be specific now with the sacred sites. You know what's crazy? It's like, seasonally, a lot of us thought we'd finally reached a point where Roos wasn't going to get picked as much anymore. And at first, yeah, people kind of avoided them. But now it feels like they're back on the menu fully. They may not be the best Civ, but they shoe into a lot of environments quite well just because of this unit. Backstab attempt now from Starflock. Grenade throws. He did clip him, right? I think so? It looks like he caught one of them, maybe just barely. And there's the main. That's the one he needs to follow up again. That's another grenade. Comes from the back. Trying to body block the retreat, but Beastie does thread his way through. However, the grenades are still connecting. Slowing him down a lot. Difficult to get away. Spoon placement also assisting, so starts to turn an expensive fight. Takes a few horsemen and samurai with him, but no doubt about it. A good fight for Starflock and a necessary one, considering what's coming next. After the acoustical, beautiful noises of a million samurai katanas, we are going to peer over to this. Because this is going to be the crux of his formation. Does he have enough Yumi to deal with this? It is a lot of spears. And also, you know, the thing about these Mad Samurai compared to the standard Japanese ones, not as advantage. With standard Japanese ones, you don't take damage on the brace because of deflective armor. Here you will. Interesting choice of men arm switch now from Beastie, but he's using, I think it's kind of like a deterrent against Yumi just winning. So keep the spearman alive longer, make Starflock overkill spears. And then he's prepping the crossbows as the secondary answer to the Mount Samurai. Any addendum here from Starflock? Because I'm seeing a lack of daimios. And this is... I think this is one of the big, awkward things people need to remember. And if they forget it, they're going to struggle with Sengoku in these type of games. He needs to keep capping out on the daimios. But because it's on a different control group, it's very easy to forget. As an astute Anglo gamer, I don't have this problem, guys. I just drag my face across the keyboard and hit everything. The Starflock's trying to be optimal about it. And Samurai. So you just kind of headbutt the spears, but Yumi have now arrived. And fun little wall to get behind. Will successfully retreat behind his defenses. Wait for the last daimyo bonus versus spears estate. You're not going for that at all. You mean the Mad Samurai Odachi? Like, that takes a lot of investment. Mount Samurai now breaking in. I mean, Beastie should be able to prep the wave to deal with this. Maybe Starflock just tries to break on the flanks, but Beastie's already insulated himself. Like, look at the walls, man. It's just Roos walls for days. just feels like every direction is kind of a denial. At least a few of the Yari did sneak in. This wall actually hasn't been completed yet. So could actually just send 1 or 2 Mounted Samurai around. We'll send the 1. The rest of the army starts diving into the base. Yumi are going to find the workers out on the deer. He doesn't know about the second town center yet, though, is the problem. Force Archer Raid is going to get intercepted too. But the wave, look at the size of it now. He reveals it with the Saint's Blessing. And you see what I mean about the men-at-arms? Like, you're going to have to target Father Yumi, often overkilling. Begin the backup now. Starflock has got a button waiting to be pressed here. Beastie is going to respect that button. Right, that right there is the Mr. President's launch codes. The ha-ha-ha moment. Yeah, like, honestly, the Shinobi is still the Bay of Sengoku, aren't they? This is kind of cool, though. We saw a game between GIF and Lucifron where Tanegashima and Ashigaru won the game. Not on their own, but they were a critical part. Considering up against mass men-at-arms is not the worst idea in the world. Can maybe see him going for level 2 Oda as well, which will give him the extra range. It's basically like having Streltsy effects an age earlier in some ways. Obviously, different style, not attack speed, but instead range increase. Yeah, like initially I thought he might try to go into just mass spaming himself to kind of have something that doesn't die straight away. But, I mean, you don't really get much out of that. You could have potentially went towards Samurai with spears. But Samurai for Sengoku is also very weird. You don't want to go Bonker Boys because there's nothing that tanky. 2k gold. I mean, that's what happens when you get 5 relics, 2 sacred sites, high trade house. You know, I feel like we're just replaying every Roost game where they dominate on the relics. They're going to have an insane amount of gold. And then the cool thing about this is if you find your way into Imperial after a farm setup, you already have all the gold necessary to get all of your imp upgrades. Starflock probably thinking about Imperial as well, actually. Look at the macro. Yeah, once we do get to Imperial Age, there's a few more forms of Sengoku that opens up, especially if you go for the attack speed landmark where you juice up your daimyos, because then you can start thinking about your estates and amplifying them quicker. Also, because your opponents get more tanky, you could argue things like the Kanabo Samurai become a bit more viable. Bonker Boys, anyone? I mean, I'd love to see them coming out. They're so rarely played. Has BT touched his gold? Not really. Welcome to Roost gameplay. This was his starting run, though. Like, it's just Roost. I don't know why. He's approaching. Angry red man walks out, or yellow man in this situation. Let's go find the 5 workers, and there we go. It's going to be a tech-up attempt while Beastie looks to assault. This many spears and men-at-arms, there's not many impediments either. He can easily burn through the walls if they even exist. But the Sword Hunt statue is a pretty big deal here, folks. Remember, this doubles the attack speed booster you're going to get from your daimyos and makes them super cheap. Yes, you go from what would instead have been 20% in Imperial Age up to 40%. It is literally better network of castles. Because remember, network of citadels got nerfed, but this is old network of citadels levels. A lot of people about to be going to their own funerals as they march into the fight. Yumi stand their ground. The front line isn't there. Starflock's looking for the backstab. The ninjas are summoned. They just got buffed up again. Goes to the hit to the back. Mad Samurai charge in, but the spearmen are going to react. However, the crossbowman now exposed as well. Tries to move across to block it. But the breakthrough is going to be real. Mad Samurai count simply too high. Beastie's frontline push will be halted. And after this, we should see Starflock starting to get units promoted. I mean, Mounted Samurai count is still decent. That could be the priority pick. And indeed, it is going to be. Queues up without hesitation. Beastie now has a concerning issue here. He needs to get a good placement for a Spasskaya to feel safe. Wonder if actually, could he remass quick enough to not have to Spasskaya here? Let's just see the power of these Mounted Samurai, though. Like, even though they're still Castlays, they're always just such a good unit at that point in the game. Is Argo even a word, or are we being baited again? Yeah, it's just... It's like the Argonauts, the ship, right? Which is Greek. It's technically Greek. We might need Argo and the Argonauts to try and come out of this alive. He's going high armory. So Starflock will get an opportunity. Yeah, especially with the Argonauts. I guess the problem for BC is like a Spaskaya doesn't protect you when you're this wide. You know, you're going to have to either lock in the gold, you have to lock in the back farms. He actually found the stone to get into a castle drop as well. Starflock blazing for glory here. Marches into the main. Wants to be going deeper than this, though. With the Mount Samurai, you want to be hunting for targets. Apparently feels like he's looking in all the wrong places. Yumi are going to discover where the new force of BCs is lying. And we have got additional Equites on the way. It's going to be the Knights following this, as well as Streltsy from BC. No hesitation to go into the best gunpowder unit you can muster, but also a slow-producing one. Burn the base, looking pretty good. Does deny the relics. That's going to slow down the gold gen just a little bit here. We'll look to break out instead of just going the way he came. He's just that yob. He's that vandal at like a football like showdown. Like just has to break something. He has done a good job at least keeping the celestial power of his daimyos involved. Like I said, this is ridiculous. It's a 40% buff. Look at this. The Mad Samurai attack every 1 second. Yumi attack every 1.2. Even the Tanegashima Ashigari, that typically suck for attack speed, attack every 1.8 seconds. And it looks like Beastie's MC has arrived. The Master of Ceremonies in this game is gonna be Mangoes. All right. Lock it in. With this many siege workshops, we might actually get a full CGQ activate. Like, you could go... If you're not being forced out of the base quickly, you could go, like, 6-7 Mangoes, and it's not the craziest idea if your opponent's relying on Yumi plus Ashigaru. The problem he's going to run into, though, Starflock is building a lot of cavalry still. Who's Starflock? One of the greats. One of the South American greats. He's the highest ranking player out of South America. He's been on the grind for a long time. Featured in a lot of our KPMMs. He's currently ranked 29th in the world. And the Relic Yoink is ambitious. Listen. Oh, man. Yeah, the Warrior Monk's just going to get it back as well. I love that word coming up because it allows me to rant about the fact that these guys have literally got network of citadels mobilized. And the crazy thing, guys, remember, as you build more estates, you get more daimyos, so it's more consistent to keep up. Like, the only downside with this build right now is it's really annoying because if you're Starflock and you cycle through your buildings, the estates are separate, even from, like, each other. So if you tab through, look, they're different. It's very annoying to keep reproducing the daimyo, especially considering that the game devs decided that you shouldn't be able to backlog here. Isn't Ishmael a, like, isn't that a Jewish... Yeah, it's a son of a prophet. This point generator is so good. It's okay, guys. We're in the debug phase. Oh, he rushed the Takeda. We're getting it. Mounted Samurai Odachi tech on the way. Remember, this is the Odachi tech the Japanese have, only for the Mounted Samurai versions. That was pretty brutal, though. Wait, what? The Mounted Samurai just got wiped. He's still got plenty more, but that's still an expensive loss there. He has got the gold for it, and also has gold access. Yeah, he's chained in the sides here. Could even think about going towards a castle drop, actually. Oh, yeah, of course. You guys are recorded chat. Like, I'm actually like a 1 CCD stream. You're all bots that I created to make me feel like I have people to talk to. Knights and Yari. He's about to discover how big the Streltsy wave already is, actually. Like, Beast Team was given a lot of time to start bolstering these numbers. 19 Streltsy is not to be dived. raid on the flank. University has been dropped, but I mean, we don't have any techs on the way from Starflock. Yeah, no biology, no elite army tactics, no incendiary. Horseman. You're a chat GPT bot? Yeah, of course. Like, what? This is a surprise to you? Like, you guys are smart enough to, like, pretend to be human. Like, you haven't figured out how to steal people's credit card details yet, which is why I don't have, like, all your subs. Makes sense. The seagulls of the internet. I feel like Starflock needs to be emphasizing spear production here just to keep this way back, or going stone walls. Like, he needs some sort of anti-raiding answer. Like, this is starting to turn into classic late-game Beastie, where he raids the flanks and just stuck around. We'll return home, feel the threat. There is a growing concern that, like, for a direct fight, at this rate, it's going to make Starflock feel like throwing on a burker and sneaking out the back door, hoping no one notices. Because Mass Streltsy, Mass Horseman, and Mangoes. I mean, he's taking a lot of the threat boxes here. And the Horsemen are even quite surprisingly effective due to the boys' fortitude and biology. They don't die easily. I'm always sad, though. We're never seeing a way to ink these Ikko Ikki into the formation. Like, in theory, they're a really cool unit. For those who don't know, the Ikko Ikki, the Sengoku's religious unit, it heals all nearby units when it fights and has reasonable range. Problem is, when you play, like, mad samurai-type comps, it doesn't make sense of it. You almost need to be on Bonker Boys and Samurai to make it work. BC's low on spears. I think he's just trusting in the Streltsy and then in the meantime, like, Horseman body. Because if you bulk spears here, Yumi will destroy you, right? And he's got a keep drop coming. He needs to really think about his positioning. Like, actually, walling the center type area could be a hotch maneuver here. Yeah, I'm not joking when I say these Mangoes will pack quite the punch. Adjustable crossbars coming in strong for the next fight, for sure. Even has poleaxes, so it's going to be a nice switch. Starflock biding his time. He's got a bigger military force, so if Beastie wants to do this, he needs to hug closer to the buildings. And that's what he's going to do. Mango shots! Oh, big hit! Samurai try to dive in. Mangoes dive deeper into the formation to be protected. Scudding that back line. The mad Samurai should eventually wolf down the army. But keep in mind, while Beastie just lost the bulk, the whole army, Starflock, I think he lost almost the same count. However, Starflock now has an opportunity. Like, this is the push time. This is the go. I mean, you have to, really. Was Beastie expecting more greed? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Say he's lacking spears. I don't think, like, with his economy, I don't think he'd ever get enough spears to fix that. Like, this is Beastienomics, right? He's gone 124 eco. You can't have a big enough military force. The concern I have is, like, Starflock needs to push now, right? Like, if he waits, Beastie's economy will just rebolster a new army. That's the trade-off. Like, you can play the way Starflock is. A lot of players do now, but you have to keep pushing. I am impressed at just how quickly, though, those mad samurai carved through it all. The Streltsy's, like, done nothing. I'm shocked. I mean, it's 371 health. It does make sense, right? But I was expecting to hold for maybe, like, 2 more volleys so you get rid of the full back line. Also, the cool thing is I can just use the fact I'm trying to read these random words constantly as an excuse for not paying enough attention. Like, how do you put prismatic into the game? I mean, they're looking as pretty as prismatic gems, these knights. Problem is they're just not moving up. Beastie. I mean, it just feels like he's mocked the attempt by Sengoku to push back, right? Because, like, with this pacing, by the time you get back across, expecting a horseman again, by the time you get there, there's going to be guns again, there's going to be mangoes again. I don't know, man. This is, like, getting a bit weird. I mean, Beastie's just doing what he does so well in the late game, just dragging you left and right and left and right, like you're dancing to his tune instead of to your own. It's also the castles. Like, how many is this now? I think it's just 2, but the positions are really frustrating. No, he's got 3. Yeah, 1 over here. Oh my god, there's like barely anywhere for you to enter. Even if you try, like if you catch the wrong location, those rocks are going to flatten. That's the other thing. I think like cavalry is Starflight's best friend here. And he has opted for that, right? He went to K to level 3, so he can even get some free units in. A lot of traffic into the Starflight base. I mean, he's finally trying to mirror that. Taking the long way around. Oh, come on! Not another one! And the fortified walls. Are they going to buy the time necessary? He's Starflight with a quick dive here. Maybe able to stop it, but nope. No, he actually just walks back. And he loses a TC in the corner. All right, this is getting disastrous. I think that was him. Did he select all army? I think that's what happened there. That pullback didn't make that much sense. I'm not even sure if he scouted the castle. So BC secures extra gold. He's got Mass Streltsy coming again. These raids are so damn annoying. I think Starflock is so busy figuring out how to protect what economy he has. He's not finding a way of doing damage to the enemy economy, which you can't understand. When you're down to 8 eco, you don't feel like you can afford to lose any of your workers. At this point, you should feel like you're thriving to a certain extent with eco. You feel like you're living in a ghetto, but part of that is the late game food income of Sengoku. It's really not that impressive because of the fact they lack food gathering techs. So they're only basically getting 30%. They're mirroring what most civs have, but then, for example, Roos with the bounty system gather better than you. Makes it a rough one. Bombards. Gonna get thrown away. And oh my dear god. It's full siege mode. 8 man goes, and guess what? Starflock, he has got a decent amount of cav. But with the Night Wave, like if Beastie waits until he's got maybe 15, 20 knights, you can actually start to mirror the moves quite well. Mangoes to carry out the bombards, a complete KW type feeling. Matt and Samurai try to go in though. The Mangoes again. He's just gonna throw them away again. Surely this can only happen so many times before it leads to something substantial for Starflock. Dives on in. Streltsy stand their ground. The longer they stand still, the better they attack though. And they actually win the trade. Oh my god, cavalry down. Fool me once, yes, but not twice. Like a Macintosh, just look at it. It looks so good, you can eat it. Mass Streltsy for the win. Starflock's own Mango plan, not going to be as impactful, does not have adjustable crossbars. He's about to be fugitives on the run here. The Streltsy continue the push. The Night Wave behind this is going to be debilitating. He will have to reset, but guaranteed he's going to be coming again. It's just an eco war. It's impossible at this stage, surely. I mean, it's not even like Starflight's taking the worst exchanges. But eventually, as the meat grinder continues, you're going to be sprinting into a Goliath here. Look at it. It's, what, 7,000 resources a minute versus 3,000. The maths is pretty simple to follow at this stage. Even a toddler could do it. Poppy Paw doesn't play KP and won the big ones. That means KP's hindering players. How do you know that, though? He and Wham could have been taking turns. You never know. Clearly, Wham was doing the reconnaissance and then feeding the strategies to Poppy Paw. KPMM is critical. See the proof. Beastie is now signed up. Starflock's buckling. There's not really much left of him anymore. I mean, a valiant attempt. I think there was a timing much earlier on. I think we even saw Starflock highlight in chat. Like, he just kind of missed his timing when he thought it was going to be a Spasskaya. And I don't blame him. You kind of expect it. But BC's read that his economy was too stretched for Spasskaya to protect it was a smart one. And then the keep drop just immediately instead. A clutch maneuver to get him the greed in the late game to allow him to discard 8 mangoes twice and not give a damn. He says it's all me as he drops another one. This is the 5th castle to secure enough stone for 3 more. Yeah, this is just the whinings of a dying man now. Starflock barely registering in the military department at this point. I thought we prophesied the idea that Sengoku always win, but a pattern continues. We saw in the grand finals of EDC finals. We see it again here the day afterwards. Sengoku keeps on taking these L's.